Hey everyone, Mighty Mike.
And Kay.
And Kay, day number two.
Number two.
We're at America's oldest outdoor antiques flea market. Of course, we're talking about Brimfield, Massachusetts. Woohoo! We came here on Saturday, final weekend, and we got here about 2:30 in the afternoon, and we stayed till about 5:30. We were surprised that so many people were still set up. They had a rainy, stormy week overall. They did have one or two nice days, but the other days it just poured, it rained. So there was a lot of mud, and we were surprised at how many people were there. But today is the final day, Kay, and we're hoping to get some good bargains as people are tearing stuff down. It's a beautiful day. It's the high of, 55 right now. It's going to 64 degrees, so it's the perfect day for outdoor picking. Thanks a lot for coming along on this edition of Pickin' Weeds Vintage. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. It is almost 10:30. Got to a little bit of a late start. We tried 5 times to go live streaming on YouTube, and we just couldn't figure out with our gimbal. And we started with a sunny day, and now the clouds have rolled in. So unfortunately, live experience at Brimfield. I just wanted to walk up here for like 20-30 minutes, but it did not happen. And we spent that time in our car trying to figure it out, but it's okay. We're gonna walk around for about an hour and a half or so and see if we can get some treasure at a discounted rate and maybe even get some good footage for our vlog.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and as you can see, there definitely is not as much traffic as there was yesterday. So it definitely is not as full on this side, at least. It was pretty good coming in when the sun was out, but it's interesting. Once the sun goes in, people kind of disappear, it seems like.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, did you get it going?
Mighty Mike and Kay.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We're live in Brimfield, Massachusetts at America's oldest antiques outdoor flea market, and we're here for the spring show. It's the final day of the spring show 2025.
Yeah, so we tried for a little while there to get a live stream set up with our gimbal, and we were having some trouble.
Operator error?
Probably, most likely.
Yeah.
Operator error.
You're smarter than me.
Well, I don't know. So,
yeah, interesting tapestry. Look at these, the wooden chairs. All right, and we got, Kay noticed this on the way in today. We got a Luke Skywalker, and we finally did get the stream up and running. So Kay is just hand holding it. And a little shaky, but at least we're up. Hey everybody, hey, happy Brimfield Day. But I noticed a lot of the vendors have 50% off. So people are making deals today here in Brimfield, Massachusetts.
No, final day deals here. Everything on the table, $2.
Definitely deals being made here at Brimfield.
Still lots of merchandise available on the final day, Sunday.
When you come to Brimfield, Brimfield itself is a town of under 4,000. You go through Main Street, and then there's a stretch of land, and there's fields on either side. Part of the mart is one field, and they have Hertons and Green Acres. What are some of the other ones? There's so many. Quaker Acres.
And they're all individually owned and operated, we'll say.
Correct. Right. We ran into 2 friendly ladies. We were having breakfast this morning, and we were talking to them. We were making our waffles, and they're from our area. This is such a big show. It really draws people from all over the United States. And these 2 gals were from Pennsylvania, not far from where we live. And we were making waffles together. Kay figured out the waffle machine. She had blueberry, and they had the, what was it called, malt vanilla?
So I could figure out the waffle machine,
but you can't. I know, and that's the thing. You spend money on these really fancy gimbals, and I see these guys and gals at Disney do these things every single day, and they do it with their eyes closed, and they're so good at it. But then we try to stream, once in a blue moon. We should do more streams.
I think that's the key.
That's the problem.
I know we saw this. Yeah, we saw it yesterday when we were eating dinner. It's really, really cool.
Very cool.
That's fun.
There's jewelry here, there's artwork here, there's clothing here. There's collectibles here. There's toys. There's 50% off of sterling silver. There's yard art. Remember the one year we saw Papa Smurf?
Yes.
And I think it might have been taken from a miniature golf course. It was an oversized Papa Smurf. And it was so cool. I think they wanted like $500-600 for it.
These are always fun.
Yeah, yard art. Very cool.
Repurpose, reuse, recycle.
Yes, you see there, we're down. Yeah, and there are parts.
Garden spinners.
Yes.
We're due for a new one.
We're due for a new one. So we're doing shopping today too, if you see something, Kay. But this reminds me too of Signal Mountain. For those people who are familiar with the longest yard sale, world's longest yard sale, the 127. This is the same kind of format. And look at that, just a hodgepodge of these. That's so neat. You see what I'm saying, where you could just spend a whole day looking through. A lot of people come for a couple days. They don't just spend one day. Or they're crazy people like us who drive from Pennsylvania, huh? And just spend, how much time do you think we're going to be here total? Just over 24 hours, just under, or what?
Yeah, probably right around 24 hours.
Look at that Airstream. But you know what? We didn't know we were going to be able to come to the show. We got last minute. So it just happened to work out. What do we got over here? The Village People. We got the wrestling. That's cool. $500. Can you name all these guys? That's Hulk Hogan. Is that Steve Austin? That's The Rock. But you see how out of touch I am with. I don't. Are you serious? Oh my golly. That's tempting. I wish I wouldn't have sold our van. I don't think I'm going to fit that in my Subaru. But it's very cool. Thank you for offering at that price. That's really nice. Well, we're from outside of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh goodness. Oh, Pennsylvania.
Are you from Pennsylvania? Yeah. You know what? That's real. $100. Let me think about it. We're just doing our first sweep up here, but it's very cool.
Yeah, it's not.
Does it? Can you roll it up?
That's what we were thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you could.
Where did you? I mean, what's that from?
So I got it from a consignment shop. It was in my kids' playroom when they were growing up.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome.
I love that.
But it was from a store in Waltham that a WWE store on Moody Street that went out of business.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that is cool. Thanks for bringing it along. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
that's neat.
Every day of the week. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. Think about it. My husband would be thrilled not to see.
Oh, wow. Yes, I will. For that price. I mean, that is an amazing price.
Yeah.
The Wrestling Universe. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's incredible. You talk about deal, exactly. So this is the strategy of coming on the final day. They don't want to pack it. You remember we ate our lunch out here the other time, in 2019, babe.
Good is free today. It was 60. That's fun. Central Park. Here's one of the other very popular fields here at Brimfield, Hurtons.
Watch some of the videos.
Open 12 noon on Wednesday. They do not allow sales or purchases until the bell rings noon on Wednesday. I would love to be here when the bell rings. We'll have to aim for that one of these years.
There's a gentleman over there doing some live music, serenading the pickers. Here we are at Brimfield Center Village Historic District.
In 1959 was the birthplace of the world-famous Brimfield antique shows, Auction Acres. Auctioneer Gordon Reed gathered 67 dealers on this farmland aptly called Auction Acres. He launched the greatest antique show under the sun, envisioning Brimfield as the antique center of the nation. And during his lifetime, the dream reached fruition. Today is touted by many as the greatest outdoor antique show on earth. eventually included nearby fields opening their own shows to accommodate the overflow of dealers who were vying for space at the antique center of the country.
That's so fresh.
Yeah, so we were just walking by here. Fatties, donuts, and ice cream, and he said, "Here, try my donut." He gave us a little sample piece. Delicious. Cinnamon sugar, warm. Excellent.
Look at that pink flamingo. $1,800 a piece for the chairs. Okay, yeah, stand there. Turn around, let me get a picture. Okay, now say, "A waka waka." Good, got it. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, exactly. She just walked out on me. Now I'm here, now you're here. Nothing can go wrong, 'cause I am right where I belong. Is that all they're doing? Steady line of people coming into Brimfield to find treasure. And that's what we're here for too. We're picking wheat vintage, we're junkers, we're gardeners, we're resellers that love to travel. Okay, we just wrapped up the live stream from over across the way where the church is. And now we're gonna try to hit some of the places that we did not hit yesterday. I am so glad that this gal here figured out how to do the live stream. I just get frustrated with the technology when our gimbal doesn't work, but she did a great job bringing it.
Yeah, we did notice this year there was quite the assortment of vintage clothing. This is really cool. All these prom dresses or maid of honor dresses. Amazing. I love this green one. Oh, I love it when they do them on the jackets like that. Yep. So cool.
Yeah, I can see that, yes. Oh, that's true, the DNA, right? Now, you have a wonderful booth, and you know what really caught our attention? We walked through the church. All the stress we can tell looked like we have promise taking place here, or something like a reception, a wedding reception. It was very cool.
That's very clever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it did. That's all right.
Oh, well, I hope you had a good show.
Yeah, dresses like that don't go. They don't go out of season.
Yeah. Well, this is our second time here. We were here in 2019 for the fall show. We just have a fantastic time. We're resellers online, but this is just a great event.
Just the whole atmosphere. Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
You know, there's pros and cons. I miss this part of it because I'm a people person. I love setting up, but I'm not as good as you're at this. I just, you know, and we just do better online.
And
well, he's good. See, and I can't do it. I mean, I can, but
I'm like,
just, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
just the whole thing of, you know, what price to set and all that kind of thing and bundling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, because the people that are pickers are really good at it, and then they know how to get a good deal. So did you make how much? Well, $5 on this, $2 on that. And so buy low, sell high, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, it was nice chatting.
Yeah.
We're going to keep moving because we got a long drive home.
Yeah. We do.
right.
Don't
Thank
keep
you
her
so
money.
much. Yeah, we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next
Take
time.
care.
Are you guys going to be here for the July show?
I tried to do all three just because
Yep.
I've got 2 storage units up
Yep,
here.
yep, yep. Well, we'll look for you then.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Thank you.
I have to bring a fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get a picture of those pins? That was really cool.
Yeah, it was great. She has a great setup, great booth.
Setup. I just love the whole vibe here. Even the Star Trek guy, he's really cool. Is that a bank?
There's like a Pac-Man
wow.
deal in there like that.
1974 Miss America. At first I thought it was
Some
Barbie.
Michael
Speaking of
Jackson.
Papa Smurf, then we saw the oversized.
Oh, that's
Papa
cool.
Smurf. It's almost
He's
looks
old.
like a Papa Smurf, like for sewing, where you put pins in it. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, I
That's
like
cool.
him.
This is like that piece over there.
Oh, I know. I love
In fact, that's
that.
very similar to the guy that was going to do 120.
I think it's the same company. Yep.
Now you're a country music fan. This is George Jones, and it's signed. And look at all the legends.
Oh man, I
you have
see.
the George Jones signature. You have
I see Garth Brooks. I see Vince Gill.
Yeah.
All the greats in
And
there.
I know these guys.
Yeah.
These 4 guys. I know these guys. That's a cool. That almost has like a carnival mirror effect,
Oh,
but it's
that is
larger than a carnival mirror, but it still has that kind of effect. I love that.
Fun.
Okay, what do we think of that oversized?
I know.
Is that a champagne glass or stand over next to that? Wow. Here's a toast to you in Brimfield for a great time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There's a Spuds McKenzie.
Old spit. Oh wow, nice.
He's fun.
It is fun.
You can be yours for $250.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you.
I love the first aid Sears cabinet. That's so cool.
What's your favorite thing at Bucky's?
I really like. They have a roast.
The
pork-
brisket. It's the brisket.
Yes. But there's one you get with like extra meat or whatever. It is hearty. And you'd think for a gas station food that this is not gas station food.
No,
this
is a cult.
What's your favorite?
is. What's your
I
favorite?
Like the brisket.
The brisket.
Yeah, the brisket.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like the banana pudding. I always get that.
Oh, I never had that. All right, so getting in a last few rows in before we have to head home. But what has been the topic of the day? The
Buc-ee's.
star of the show.
All over the country, a couple from Georgia. We just talked to those guys from South Carolina, and everybody's stopping me saying, "I love your shirt, cool shirt." And so we were just talking about our trip to Sevierville, Tennessee. You can go back to the YouTube channel and watch that episode. It was our first time to Buc-ee's. We don't have any Buc-ee's in Pennsylvania,
Right.
but we're hoping that the franchise moves up further north. Because it is a very cool place, and a lot of people relate when they say, "Hey, it's Buc-ee's." So,
Yeah, I think we've talked about Buc-ee's more than anything else today. We're not talking like, quick,
No, it's
I like
10,
your shirt.
15
It's like
minute
long conversations.
Because they said, "What's your favorite thing?" And I said, "Well, it's hard to pick one thing, but of course the pulled pork, roast beef or whatever, roast pork sandwiches,
The brisket,
The brisket,
fresh
just-
brisket on the board.
brisket on the board, right? Exactly." So, and then I said, "The clean bathrooms." I said, "There's a wall of beef jerky like you've never seen in your life." So I feel like I'm
And they
telling the
start
same
sharing.
story over
They
again.
start sharing
Yeah.
their favorites. and-
Exactly.
And,
It's
then
fun.
we're best friends, and it's been great.
This is fun. Hey, look at all the advertising here. They just have a big box of these old, where you put your
Coasters.
what's it called?
Coasters?
Yep, these are matchbooks. That's fun to go through those big lots like that.
They're neat.
I know, look at the Sears. I didn't even know. They have Sears Premium Motor Oil. They have Sears. Oh, these are the same thing, Sears Motor Oil.
Yep, there's a
See the
bigger one over
there?
here. Yeah. Very cool.
It is neat. These labels.
And I would just send it back home.
Oh, he's got tokens there for Dave. He loves the tokens.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Dave. Look at all the tokens.
Where are they from?
Just all over.
Expos.
Mayrose. It's Mayrose, ma'am. Fine meats.
Little mini coffee creamers.
That's cool. I like that paper.
Goodness.
I know.
There's your
Yeah.
the labels like Dave was talking
Yeah,
about.
Dave was talking about this. He's close to the label guy. I think we found him, Dave.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Oh yeah, Elmer Fudd. That's neat.
Is an iron on?
Are they iron-ons? Yeah.
That is.
That was big when I was a boy. That's so fun.
Look at all the keys.
A lot of different mixed media and the advertising labels and the stickers and
These are neat. We had. What did we have that was
the pewter. Yeah, I
Nice.
forget what it was.
small buttons?
Yeah, that was fun. He had a good booth. I think one of the things you have is like, I wouldn't want to just buy like one or two. I'd want to buy a whole box.
Right, exactly.
And that's what he's doing. He's selling. You know what I mean? So look at all these over here, babe. These are old tables for picnic tables, or look at that. Someone must have done a clean out, or they bought at a estate sale or an auction. They bought all those tables. It's neat when you have all those tables together, and then they have the glass bottles as well. I love how it's all in one area, and it's just very nice and uniform. I think this is very telling. Diver below with all of the rain that they had. Jobbers and hosiery, underwear, work clothes, and general merchandise. That's an old sign.
That's cool.
And look at this thing.
It's like a commercial, like a fan.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So they do architectural, industrial salvage here as well. You can find just about anything and everything if you have a restaurant.
Stand that back up just a little bit.
That's a big piece.
That's a big piece.
Yes.
People are still shopping.
Yep. Last minute shoppers. Get those last minute deals.
And it is 11:55, just about noon on Sunday. We're still
hopping.
going. Oh, I smell coffee.
Yeah, look at this bench here. Isn't that nice? Almost looks like the top of like a carriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a $5 table there.
Oh my goodness, look what I found.
Oh, we were just talking about Buc-ee's. I know. That's funny.
There he
What is it, a bank?
I think it's a cup.
Oh, it's a cup with a straw. Nice.
$5. He can be yours.
What was the name of that show we were at?
Mount Gretna. It's a big old Pikachu.
That's a big Pikachu.
It is.
That's cool. I like the oversized stuff.
Yeah, those drums, they had to set up it.
Yeah, they have some Mount Gretna.
Yeah, they're cool. Looking for a porta potty.
Yeah, let me just quick piece here. It's been a love fest so far. I've said nothing negative. I have not seen any bathrooms. Now, I did see some porta potties yesterday at one of the fields we were at, and they had an attendant. So I don't know if you have to pay to use them or you just tip the person or he's keeping them clean. But we didn't use them at all yesterday because we're probably dehydrated.
Right, exactly.
But now I have to.
I did see some yesterday, and they had signs on them that said dealers only.
Dealers only, all right. But I thought there was one set that was kind of open. I could be wrong, but I will say that is one negative thing about Brimfield. It's like they don't market very good for where the restrooms are. I think they could improve that part of it. And I don't know if that has to do with each field, that each person who runs a show is responsible of getting the porta potties or what. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works. So I don't want to put unjust criticism on something that I'm not sure how the format goes. I'm just saying when you got to go, you got to go. And if you can't find a place to go, it kind of makes it a little uncomfortable. And you're not in the mood to spend or shop. You know what I mean? Yeah, and here we are on Sunday, the final day, and we're just seeing so many cool booths. We don't have no time. And we probably only want to stay here another hour or so and hit, but it's like there's so much more to see. So yeah, it's great that we came up, but it's also like, man, we could have seen all. You know what it reminds me of? When we went to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
We had 3 hours and that was it. Because we had to get back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you only have so much time.
You only have so much time.
We've already been through here.
You just never know what you're going to find. Look at these giraffes. That's pretty cool. Oh, this Potter too. Oh my golly, very nice. So my only criticism is that the bathrooms you do find are locked. So dealers only. I would say that's one thing they need to work on.
We're on the porta potty mission. Looks like we found a pretty good lineup of them over here. So we'll see.
All right, we're at the Brimfield Winery, and this is where you can have a food court. They do have a set of porta potties that are open to the shoppers.
I'm gonna do a quick edit.
This is great. They have lots
Yeah.
of restroom facilities, bathrooms. I love Brimfield.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, that's right.
And this is awesome. This is
Yes.
the Brimfield Winery. We
Yeah,
saw
there's
the
places you can eat. under
wine
the
bottle
eaves, too.
out there
When it was raining.
advertising. And they have a nice pavilion there. Got some music playing, food. Looks like a nice place to
They even have lights at nighttime.
relax.
You just show underneath the eaves.
Yeah. That's neat. Cool vibe. Well done. All right. The clouds are rolling in. The breeze is picking up. And I think, ooh. That's why you gotta take your time.
It's 12:18, but by the time we get back to the car, the clouds are moving in. By the time we get back to the car, it'll be like 1 o'clock, and we should probably leave by 1. We could stay here till 5 o'clock.
That's the thing. And I'm already
then-
thinking of things we didn't stop at.
I know.
Hurt
Look, there's
hands.
so much more that we could have seen.
We didn't get a pilgrim sandwich.
I know, and I'm sorry to
We did.
Alan and Flea and to Rose. You know what? I want to come back for the fall show.
you know
and
what?
we're going to go there first when we go to the fall show.
Yes. This is why they have 3 shows a year, and
Yes.
you have to plan on getting to at least 2, if not
Yep.
all. We'll definitely be back.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll be back in 2025.
Yes. And even though our journey is coming to an end, we probably still, there's at least 75% that we didn't even see, that we didn't even get a chance to look at. And everywhere you look, there is just more aisles and more dealers and more things to check out. But because we have a good 6-hour plus drive home, we are going to have to cut this trip to Brimfield short and say maybe we'll come back to the fall show. But we definitely realize that we miss coming here for at least 5 years, right? And it's time. You see, they did have rain earlier, but it's time to call it a trip. And I think I lost Kay.
That's all great things are happening. That's so cool.
I think he's taller than me, Kay.
Yeah, they're cool for sure.
Gotta be taller than 6'8".
127, where they have like just tables and tables
Yeah.
of one format
This
of,
is
of
quite
salt and pepper.
Quite a collection.
It is very much quite a collection. It just goes on and on. I mean, whatever genre. This is a lifelong collection right here. Unbelievable. $8 a set. Very cool. Wonder if they're doing like a twofer on the last day. The Humpty Dumpty. Nice. All right, it's 12:28. As you can see behind me, there's just a lot of people getting something to eat. I mean, the crowds are still here, even though the sun has gone in. It's windy. Looks like it's going to rain any minute, but it's not pushing the people back. They're here, and they're still buying. They're still eating. Okay, we were talking about getting different historical items that they have for sale here. And here you have historical artifacts from the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. And where else are you going to find something like that?
That's pretty neat.
That is pretty cool every day of the week here at Brimfield. Gotta check it out. Another year at Brimfield. In the books. Put your hands out again. In the books. Time to go to the car. Bye, Brimfield.
Bye.
See you next time. As far as us personally, we didn't find anything for resale. And again, that's what happens when you come, at the end, and maybe it was because they had rain and there was a lot of stuff that got wet. And once we put it under a light box and we try to make a couple dollars on it, it's not going to make sense for us to buy damaged goods. And in all fairness, too, we didn't really get to. Do you think we even saw 25%?
No, not even close.
I don't think we did. I don't think, and that's the problem with coming on an intense trip. So now we're talking. The last time we came here was 2019. In the fall, I think we're talking about coming back in the fall show because there's just so much to see, and you really do need 2 full days. Not
Yeah, at least 2
Yeah.
full days because we said, oh, we're going to do... No, we didn't have full days, so you're right.
I think we had
If you
one
had-
full day. If you looked at 2:30 to 5:30 yesterday, and today was what 10:30 to 12:30. So maybe a full day, one full day.
Yeah. yesterday we were like, oh, we'll do this side of the street, and then
know.
we'll cross over and do that.
We never made it across the street.
It
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
It doesn't. Wow, okay, that was so much fun.
I can't believe it's over.
I know, it was an intense 2-day trip. We were here on the final 2 days of the spring show here at Brimfield, America's oldest outdoor antique flea market. We had a wonderful time.
We did. Thanks.
Yes, and thank you for coming along. If you enjoy these episodes, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe, as it helps us bring you more content just like this from the fabulous Brimfield Antiques Flea Market. In the meantime, I'm Mighty Mike.
And I'm Kay.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy picking, everybody. Bye-bye.